Welcome to the CowCast by Willard Jones Real Estate. In this weekly podcast, we explore the most hard-hitting commercial real estate stories, focusing on those that affect us, all of us, real estate professionals, executives, investors, friends, and fans. We'll also discuss some updates and features of our own, including new spaces, updates, tours, and photos. Plus, we'll always sprinkle in something fun to start your weekend off right. All stories and sources are linked in the show notes. So settle in, grab some Green River, and enjoy this week's CowCast. It's no secret that it's a tenants market right now. Landlords are doing everything possible to attract people back to the office, except, it seems, lowering rental rates. According to BizNow, one reason for this is Chicago's growing list of brand new high-quality buildings like Salesforce Tower and dozens more Class A developments downtown. As tenants demand better amenities, primarily those that promote comfort, health, and safety, rental rates hover steadily in place to accommodate those renovations. Not to mention that rates have to reflect what investors and lenders have sunk into these buildings so that owners can avoid devaluing their buildings even further. Landlords are still making plenty of concessions, though. Tenant improvement allowances are up, as are other benefits like rent credits. So tenants, keep your expectations adequately managed. And landlords, keep us on speed dial if you need some rep help. Merchandise Mart is in talks with online lender Avant to land its biggest new lease in years, to the tune of 80,000 square feet and $60 million in renovations. It's not a done deal yet, but if it goes through, the deal at Merchandise Mart would represent a renewed commitment to physical downtown office space. The Mart, which was almost 90% leased at the end of Q3 last year, is already getting a facelift on its first two floors in order to compete with Fulton Market. Expensive though it may be, there's no doubt that funneling money into older buildings is a key way to funnel life and prospective tenants back into them too. So far, there's no word on a move-in date or even a deal closing date. Be sure to stay tuned and subscribe to the CowCast for updates on this pending deal. Speaking of Fulton Market, here's a reason to imbibe. A cocktail machine company, Bartesian, is moving to a 10,000 square foot space in the hottest district in the city. Bartesian's hero item is a $370 machine that acts like a Keurig for cocktails. You buy the machine, pop in a capsule, load in your alcohol base, and the appliance does the rest. Unsurprisingly, the company saw millions of dollars in revenue last year because 2021 gave us all new reasons to drink. The move to the new space was necessary to make room for new talent, and it just makes sense given the dynamic culture of innovation and celebration in Fulton Market. Bartesian will move in on March 1st and must maintain operations at the new office for a minimum of 10 years. They plan on adding a lounge and speakeasy-style bar to the new headquarters in order to promote company culture and product testing. Getting paid overtime to try blackberry margaritas and hang out in a trendy neighborhood sounds like a dream come true. Bartesian machines are already in some stadiums like Wrigley and Lambeau Fields, so we know where we'll be going as soon as this week's Snowmageddon melts away. This is the point in the CowCast where we share some lighthearted entertainment, partly for our own sanity, but also for your pure enjoyment. To start us off, we have a segment we like to call On This Week in History. On February 18, 1950, the Chicago Tribune broke the story on an ongoing scandal of illicit potato smuggling permeating the nation's economy. Quote, "Potato area lawmakers have been demanding that all imports of Canadian potatoes be halted," unquote. The rabbit hole falls even deeper, though, when an official of the Production Marketing Administration denied that any illegal spud smuggling was taking place at all. The secrecy and smuggling escalated, resulting in the government purchasing and destroying over 78 million bushels of potatoes, all while secretly importing 14 million bushels from Canada. This was referred to as the Great Potato Scandal, not to be confused with this year's scandal involving the questionable DNA of a 17-pound New Zealand-grown potato vying for a Guinness World Record title. Who would have thought that root vegetables could be so divisive? And is anyone else craving fries right now? Finally, our nonprofit shout-out this week goes to Dion Dawson, the founder of Dion's Chicago Dream. Based in Englewood, Dawson offers the Dream Fridge and a delivery service that brings thousands of pounds of fresh produce to over 150 households all across the city, as far north as Evanston and as far south as Pullman. After returning to the South Side after working as a journalist for the Navy, Dawson found himself lost and aimless. But on Juneteenth, 2020, he launched a GoFundMe to feed 100 families in Chicago and raised $2,500 in just one day. Today, over 300 households are on the waiting list for Dawson's services, with Dawson aiming to serve them all with 10-pound boxes of organic fruits and vegetables each week. You can donate and volunteer at Dion'sChicagoDream.com. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's CowCast. Be sure to subscribe to our newsletter for daily Willard Jones content. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at WillardJonesCRE, and be sure to leave us a positive review on Spotify and Apple Music. If you're currently listening to this at home, let us help you find an office where you can listen to us on company time. Contact us at 312-263-8787 and at WillardJones.com. Have a great weekend and stay safe. The CowCast is produced by Willard Jones Real Estate and is narrated by Amanda Friedlander. Views and ideas shared in this podcast are our own and are not representative of the publications mentioned in the podcast. Music and sound effects by freesound.org. Sources and links are located in the show notes.